Greetings, this is Charles Darwin, and I'm here to talk to you about brains. Aren't brains amazing? Okay, are you comfortable? You comfortable down there? I'm talking to my butt. Well, anyway, your brain is flooded with all kinds of sensory information all the time, every day, and some of it at night also. And so what happens is your brain is getting flooded with this information, visual information from the eyes, auditory information, there's heat, pain, cold, pressure sensors all over the body. And that's just the beginning of the list. What does your brain do with all of that information to keep you from having sensory overload? Well, you see, your conscious mind can only concentrate on one thing at a time. So your subconscious mind receives all of this information and then processes it and presents an executive summary, as it were, to your conscious brain. And that's the only way that you can avoid sensory overload. So also your brain will process the information so that you notice some things more than others. Not all sensory information is equally interesting to your brain. So for instance, electrical plugs. They look like faces, don't they? These look like eyes, that looks like a mouth going, oh. Okay, well, that's what happens with electrical plugs. We see them as faces, and that's potentially allies, potentially enemies, so we have to react to something that might or might not be a face. There's a lot of false positives in our reaction to things that might be faces, but a false negative could mean a very serious problem. What was that? What was that? I'm talking to my butt again. Okay, now just be quiet. Yes, that means you. Be quiet. I've got other things to do right there. Okay, I'm making a video, so shut up. Okay, so what happens is that the brain starts ignoring information that has been unchanging for a certain period of time. So for instance, when I first sat down, I noticed the pressure of my butt against the chair. Yeah, that's right, I was noticing you back then. But then my brain selectively ignored information, and after a few seconds, I did not feel the pressure of the chair against my butt. Another thing that happens is that when I first come into this house, this is an old house, and it has an old house smell. And whenever I first come in, I notice that smell from decades of slow-growing fungi, I suppose. And then after a while, I don't notice it anymore. Would you be quiet? Okay. So anyway, that's the way your brain avoids sensory overload, is by not just receiving the information from your surroundings, but by processing it and then picking out just the important things to bring to your conscious attention. And that's happening all the time. Isn't the brain amazing? This is Charles Darwin, tally-ho, and amen. Okay, have it your way. I'll get up and pay attention to you.